Demon Slayer Hinokami Chronicles has been around for more time than I can even remember. 3 years already, wow. That's why today we're back to the roots on this title to take a deeper look at its mechanics for those who want to learn more about the gameplay, little tips and even secret features. These are 7 things that Demon Slayer Hinokami Chronicles doesn't tell you when you start playing. Number 1. People have got used to calling this game even before its launch Naruto Storm Copycat, and although it's developed by the same company, that statement is disproved in many aspects, but it must be recognized that both the kinesthetics and the controls of the game are quite similar to what they gave us with the Ultimate Ninja Storm saga. That's why it's not unusual to find scenarios where certain strategies and ways of playing in Kimetsu no Yaiba are closely related to those of Naruto, like this for example, the switch tech. Only here we would only be talking specifically about the dash, the run that our character does to quickly approach the rival. Here we can perform extra pressure if we change character at the right moment so that our first character keeps the pressure before our secondary character comes to attack. It's a very good way to attack at 2 times and easily confuse the opponent. To many people all this may seem obvious, but believe me, if you're not very familiar with fighting games, especially those in which you can do tag moves, this is not that obvious. Number 2. Counterattack with character switch. If you get knocked down by an attack, the game gives you the possibility to recover from a fall, making you get up instantly. But it's a very predictable movement. In fact, you can play with the opponent's timing by switching character at the moment you are down. Most of the times your second character will appear behind your rival and you can easily counterattack. It's a very good way to get up while being sure that your action will not be punished. Number 3. Each character is unique in this game. Being a quite small roster with very specific swordsmen, the developers took the time to give each one very special attributes. For example, the topic of poison. There are characters that attack with poison, and that means that they not only take a certain percentage of your life bar, but they gradually subtract more damage as the effect passes. For characters like Tengen, they have a small detail that benefits them when recovering from damage from a poison attack. He receives less damage, taking into account his supposed invulnerability, which was highlighted in the series. This is also linked to the percentage of damage received by each character. For those who didn't know, not all characters in Hinokami Chronicles receive the same damage. Characters like Tanjiro or Nezuko have a damage received multiplier of 1.0, which is the standard damage that every character should have. There are others like Zenitsu or Rengoku who receive a multiplier of 1.15. That means that they receive more damage than other characters even if they get hit by the same attack. And there's even one particular character who takes a lower damage percentage, Urokodaki, with a multiplier of 0.95. Means he's the character with the most endurance in the game, if you want to call him that way. If you're tired of games being too expensive, at Instant Gaming you can buy all the games you want at an incredible price. You even have the option to get pre-orders and gift cards with a big discount. I've been using it for several years now, and here are my latest purchases to show you guys that is completely legit, cheap, fast and safe. You can check it out in the link I leave you in the description down below. That would be a huge support for the channel. Let's get back to the video. Number 4. Did you know that combos do less damage when you initiate them after a dash? Yes, I know that it's a very necessary tool to move through the field with ease and it's fast, but it can also be a double-edged sword when fighting already somewhat experienced opponents. When you dash, the opponent will have a stun animation if you successfully catch them. That little animation is what causes the damage nerf that comes after that first hit, which means that you will not necessarily have the damage nerf, so you can cancel the dash and start hitting from a safe distance to initiate your combo. Obviously this requires certain timing and practice, but with the necessary time it'll be a better option than spamming dashes. Also, if you know that your opponent did an unsafe move which leaves him exposed for a few seconds, get ready and don't use a dash. Just do the first hit of your combo to make every second of damage you're doing more valuable. That's an incredible way to punish. Number 5. Invulnerability when getting up. At this point, it's necessary to take into account that in Demon Slayer there's no fighting game feature called Oki. This is the action that allows the player who is attacking to maintain the pressure at the moment the opponent is getting up after a previous attack. This way you can maintain the pressure and keep the turn. The Oki is a feature that doesn't exist in Demon Slayer. Once you knock down an opponent with a grab, a down combo or whatever, he can get up with a good amount of invincibility frames. He's completely invulnerable to any attack in that small period of time, which gives him a way to be exposed very easily. That is why it's recommended to finish your combos with an attack that blows the rival away, rather than leaving him nailed to the ground near to you. Number 6. Here we have Nezuko in her advanced demon form. What is worth highlighting is the issue of how characters receive damage. Not all characters have the same resistance when receiving attacks. We already know that, and that can be measured numerically with the training mode. It is not the same to do a neutral combo on Rengoku than to do it on Giyu, for example, but on the subject of grabs, that's where that feature stands out the most. Nezuko's new form has what is now considered the highest damage grab in the entire game. It can do up to 2000 damage to characters with 1.0 damage multiplier. That's incredibly high. So to balance this out a bit, the grab is a bit slow and has quite a lot of recovery frames. Number 7. A character's guard is broken more easily with dashes than by hits themselves. After a few minutes in training mode, certain players realized that the character's guard have a certain percentage of defense. Let's call them defense units. With the basic hits of any character, each hit reduces the guard by 5 units. Taking this into account, it would take you 20 consecutive hits to break the objective's guard. However, dashes remove a total of 25 units of the guard's defense. So with only 4 dashes, you can already break the defense of any character. Obviously, it's not that reliable to go around doing dashes at whatever commands in the game, but it's a good fact to keep in mind. On the other hand, if you're a much more aggressive player and you like to keep the pressure, keep in mind that the down combos of all the characters in Demon Slayer contain more hits than the neutral combo, so it will be more useful to keep your rival in block stun for longer. In fact, something similar happens in Naruto Storm 4, where almost all characters have more hits in their up combo than in any other combo in their moveset, which makes it more viable when putting pressure on an opponent. Guys, if you have different tips or advices that you want to share with the community, you can do so here below in the comments. I hope this little video has been helpful and that you can continue practicing on this game if you still play it. Guys, thank you very much for watching. That was all for today, and I'll be watching you in the next video. Take care and see ya.